Hello and welcome to the Quantum Mogul podcast. I'm the co-founder of Quantum Mogul, Jasmine Suryarachi with
Donald Kelleher.
And we are absolutely thrilled to have Dr. Benjamin Delsol on the podcast today. He's someone that we greatly admire. Welcome to the podcast, Dr. Benjamin Delsol.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, both of you. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here today.
So I actually wanted to start out for our audience to say that we are connected via the Quantum Strategy Institute. So if you could say a little bit about what you do for them, and then I'll say your bio.
Sure. So QSI, Quantum Strategic Institute, its mission is to bridge quantum technologies and the need of businesses, to improve businesses. And so my role in this institute is head of intellectual property. Because of my background, of course, I have a PhD in quantum physics, and I'm an European patent attorney. And so my role is mainly to provide my insights regarding IP as a point of view of this wide and very large subject, which is quantum computing, for example. So that's it.
Beautiful. You're an IP strategist, as you said, and you're also an innovation and business advisor.
Yeah.
The incredible thing about you is how well-versed you are in deep tech when it comes to IoT, Internet of Things, AI, quantum computing, etc. You're a keynote speaker. And as the founder of Delsol IP, you have a visionary and disruptive approach to entrepreneurship. And coupled with your legal expertise, you are a valuable partner for anyone seeking to navigate the complex world of innovation and intellectual property. So again, amazing polymath. Let's jump straight into AI.
Yes.
I'd love to hear about your early jump into AI, and especially for our audience of investors and inventors.
Yeah.
Why AI? Why now? Mistral AI received 113 million in funding just 1 month after its inception. So why are we seeing these crazy numbers of investment? How can investors actually profit now? What are some of the dangers and challenges? We'll cover all of that, or like an overview of that in this. But let's start off with your early jump into AI and why you're passionate about it.
Yeah, thank you. To prepare this interview, I was thinking about this. I was thinking that when in my life, for the first time, I was in touch with AI, and I think it's based on a movie. I don't remember the movie exactly, but I know that when I was 7 or 8 years old, I had a computer, a toy. It's a VTech Genius computer. It's a computer for kids. I mean, it's just you have some modules inside to learn piano, for example, or to learn history, geography, stuff like that. And there was a module named BASIC, and it was designed to learn how to program it in BASIC. But we have to think that the screen was something like that. You have only 5 lines on the screen that you can read. And I remember that one of my first program on that was a kind of artificial intelligence. What I wanted to create was something like a computer where I can talk with it, ask questions and get answers. So I remember that for the first thing I have done, it was putting some information. So the first thing when I turn on the program was asking me the day, the weather, the temperature, stuff like that, to create a kind of mood of the program. Of course, I was 7 or 8 years old. I never really worked, of course, but for me, it was the first time I touched what I could call AI. Of course, it was not really AI. And then, of course, I always kept an eye on any kind of technologies, but of course, AI, I'm a geek. I really love science fictions, and of course AI is part of it. I mean, this is a logical continuity of our tech evolution. And more recently, when I became a patent attorney, I more or less become kind of specialized in what we call computer implemented inventions, which uncover AI technologies. So this is my connection, and that's it, more or less. Yeah.
Fantastic. And so bringing us from, that love of actually being able to harness the power of an expanded intelligence that we can program to really help humanity solve some of our biggest problems. What would you say is most exciting to you right now when it comes to the intersection of AI, IP, the law, and that just being the tip of the iceberg? So here at Dr. Mogul, we pride ourselves on the power of empowerment so that our investors can be sovereign, and that altogether through our choices, we really can create, as we say, forge the world of the future now.
Yeah.
Please take us in our time travel ship into how AI is currently transforming our world, and also what it is set to do. Why is it the tip of the iceberg?
What I love being a patent attorney is that I have a look on the future all the time. When a company files a patent application, it's not for today, it's not for tomorrow, it's for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years time. So I more or less, we know already what will be the technology field in 5 years, for example. So this is one point. The other point is that we all know that AI is right now everywhere, or will be everywhere. I mean, we can replace more or less any kind of intellectual work by an AI. And the funny thing is that when I was young, I was thinking that AI will be here to do the boring stuff. And we will have more time to creativity, to imagination, stuff like that. It seems that it's quite the opposite for the moment. I can create beautiful pictures in AI, but I have to save it, post it on LinkedIn myself, stuff like that. So it's not completely optimized for the boring stuff, but for the creativity part, yes, it's optimized. And what we can see on the law framework right now, it's very interesting because, for example, a few years ago already, Sophia, I don't know if you know Sophia, the AI robot. So it's a robot with a face and all the mechanics you want on the face to express expression and to talk, which is connected to an AI, has been granted with a legal status in Saudi Arabia, for example. And another AI, which is completely virtual, get granted with the citizenship in Tokyo. So we see already a legal status given to this entity, we could say. And on IP point of view, for example, South Africa and Australia have granted a patent application for for an invention where a co-inventor is an AI. So but it's not the case in the US, it's not the case in the UK, it's not the case in Europe. So it depends of the jurisdiction. But what we can see right now is that AI starts to begin to have a legal status. So we can imagine that in the future, AI will have a legal status, that your autonomous car will have a driving license, and that if there is some infraction, it will use points of his driving license, for example, or stuff like that. And this is really interesting because from an economic point of view, the question about does an AI can be an inventor of an invention is very important because, the answer is, as we can see right now, depend on the jurisdiction. But for a company, it's quite important because if my inventor of this technology is a human, the human has some rights about the invention. He has to file some documents during the procedure of the patent granted. And to do so, if you, for example, fire this person, you could have, and many companies have some issues to make these document files sign in the right time. So of course it can be very interesting if it's not a person but a robot, or I mean an AI. In this case, you can't fire an AI, or at least you could just delete it, but you don't care about its signature. So I think the legal statute of AI will evolve depending on the needs of the global economy. This is one point. So now I think your audience is very interesting about, can we patent or not an AI or something like that, right?
Yeah, that was going to be my question. I would be interested to see, in such new technology and you coming at it from a patent attorney side, what are the major challenges that you're coming across?
Yeah, so this is a very good question, a very interesting point, because now it's a bit easier than before. I explain why. 10 years ago, when we wanted to patent a technology based on an AI, and not just a technology using an AI, but I mean a true AI core technology, we had to explain a lot to the examiner of the patent office, everything we are talking about, because it was not common. I mean, only people with a PhD were able to understand the invention, to understand what was a neural network, for example, to understand all the mathematics behind. And of course, for a patent examiner of the patent office, which has to understand the technology to check if it's new, if it's obvious or not regarding the prior art, and all of that, it was a very hard work for us to describe everything, to explain everything. Right now, it's okay. We have, for example, in front of the EPO, European Patent Office, we have already guidelines regarding AI inventions. So it's okay. We can use words like neural networks, for example, without the need to explain behind this word what it is. So right now, patenting an AI, it's more easier from the drafting point of view. To get patents, we just have to keep in mind that a patent is for an invention, and an invention is a technical solution to a technical problem. That's it. So if you have a technical solution to a technical problem, you can probably get a patent. So there is some AI, for example, if the AI is just to change the color of, I don't know, your glasses, depending on the weather, we could try to find something like, okay, it will change the color of the lenses, so it will decrease the luminosity or increase the luminosity. So this is technical. So yes, but if it's changed only the color of the frame of the glasses, which is something not technical, you don't have a technical effect, you don't have a technical problem, you're just changing something which is just a design. So you can't have a patent about that. So
this is a great distinction. Another question we've gotten, and we hope that you can clarify this, has to do with trademarking. And this comes into the realm of creativity. A lot of people are using Midjourney to create with AI. Is helping with content creation. And now business owners are asking, if I create content with the help of AI, is it still my trademarked idea, or does it become the creative output of the AI? Let's say that we're working with AI to create an artwork for our
like my background, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Will that artwork be considered the artwork of a collaborative team that shares the trademark, or is it actually AI who will be granted ownership of the trademark, or is there even a way that AI will be able to trademark if other AIs were working on it too? With a huge collaborative group of them. So these are some of the questions that we have gotten from very creative business owners who are excited to use AI, but who also want to understand where they come in when it comes to being the creators of content,
especially with investment.
Yes, sure. So I think it's more about copywriting than trademark, just to clarify.
Thank you.
No, don't worry. So, and this is a very important question, and the US court has recently given some indication of their philosophy about that. It's not clear right now, but what we can say right now is that when you create something with Midjourney, for example, or ChatGPT or Stable Diffusion, whatever, you will not get any copyright on it. Nobody has the copyright, because the idea behind the copyright is that it's creativity by a human. So you can get a copyright on the prompt that you have designed to get the picture, but you will not have the copyright on the picture itself. Of course, if you take the pictures and then you make modification on it, because you are using another software to change the color, to change the shade, or stuff like that, okay, yes, there is a creativity part, so you can get a copyright on it. But if you take directly the picture from Midjourney, you don't have any copyright on it. Nobody has.
We have, Donald and I were having a conversation, actually a good laugh, because a very well-known politician said, AI, what will it mean? And went into a big speech about some of the kind of, let's say, science fiction ideas about what AI will look like. But it is actually a real question.
Well, it is a real question, but his answers were quite embarrassing.
Yeah. So we would love you to give us your overview of
what does AI mean?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Yeah. A few years ago, I've written an article about the comparison between AI and human creativity and an artist. And for example, an artist has to learn how to paint. For example, if we take a painter, we have to learn. We will learn how Picasso was working, how Degas was working, and in a way, we will be inspired by these masters, and we will create our own way to paint. But we could say, in a mathematical point of view, that our way to paint is just a linear combination of the masters that we have learned. You see?
Yes.
And an AI, it's what it does. An AI, you have to train it. And then when you will ask him to create something, he will use its training like a linear combination. So the way an AI is trained and deliver something is very similar to the way a human will be trained and create something. If we don't talk about pure genius, okay? Of course, if we take Mozart, he started written music when he was 3 or 4 years old. He has not learned anything from anybody. So this is pure genius. And this is, okay, the human domain. There is no AI capable of doing that right now. But AI, it's just a way to express in a, I would say, linear combination or non-linear combination, but in a combination of what he has learned to create what we ask him to create. And this is very similar also to the brain of a child. I mean, I'm a young father, and when I look at my daughter, I see exactly the way an AI works and is trained. You will say yes for that, no for that. She will try again. You will say yes, no, she will try again. And then she will understand that don't try anymore. And an AI is the same. When you train it, you can say that, okay, this is a good answer. You must understand that this is a good answer. Okay, this is a bad answer. And like that, you will design in a way the neural network, if we use a neural network, that will each time react in more or less the same way. So this is very similar to the brain of a child. So I would say that AI is it's a brain of a child.
So we hear a lot, about AI going to take over the world. What is your opinion? Is this scaremongering, or is there a possibility of this?
I would say that it's a question of equilibrium. I mean, it's like everything. Honestly, there is very good and logical scenario, or yes, AI is taking over the world and it's quite probable, I would say. It's not possible, it's probable. But when you look at the human history, you see that it's never linear. There is some high and some down and stuff like that. And each time there is no end. I mean, humanity is always able to survive. So I would not say that AI will disrupt everything and kill everybody and stuff like that. Well, but I would say that AI will become more and more part of our lives. Maybe during a time, maybe during the time it's possible there is some problem and issues. But again, I mean, everybody right now has watched one day Terminator. I mean, everybody knows that, and I don't think that yes, a government will give the key of its defense system to an AI and say, okay, do what you want. I don't think so. But maybe we can see some AI going on the internet and trying to I don't know, not rob some banks, because an AI doesn't care, but a human can be behind the AI, use it. Yes, sure, like a worm on the networks to collect information, and to do bad things. For sure, AI is a tool, and it depends of how we want to use this tool. But yes, it's a very, very, very powerful tool. But again, I mean, if tomorrow AI sorry?
Go ahead.
No, if tomorrow AI wants to take over the world, I mean, we just have to unplug and it's done. I mean, okay, we will come back maybe 100 years ago without computers, without electricity or stuff like that, but we will survive. I mean, the difference between science fiction and reality is robotics. Right now, we are not robots. And AI without robots, it's just on the screen. So we can always unplug it. Sure, it can make very highly damage. Sure. I mean, if you think about airplanes and all this stuff, but I think that we can always unplug things. And I hope that people that design all these critical systems keep a backdoor for a human backdoor, I would say, to overcome this kind of event. So I'm quite optimistic about how everything will go. It's not as human like to imagine the worst always or the best, but never the middle. I think we will be in the middle. We will have some problems, probably. We will have some issues, and we will have to change the legal framework. We will have to change the regulation. Maybe AI will become sometimes what we could call, or kind of AI could become a weapon of mass destruction and can be, for example, prohibited. Yes, it depends. Again, it's a tool. Yeah. It depends of what we can do with the tools. So at the end, it's in our hands, I would say.
Yeah, and so that was a beautiful point when it comes to bad actors, whether it's AI or whether it's human beings using it for malicious intent or malicious ends.
And I would like to add something, that always we think about bad guys, but there is also good guys. I mean, and today this technology is everywhere and everybody can use it. I mean, I have a laptop. I can do things with AI that you can't even imagine 5 years ago. So, I mean, if a bad guy wants to do bad stuff, sure, but I'm pretty sure that good guys will be there also to protect and good stuff. So we have always to keep that in mind, I think.
Yes, and absolutely. This is what is so exciting for inventors, visionaries, and disruptive pioneers that we work with, because these are tools that the good guys, let's say, can use to really create impactful solutions for humanity for the future. Before the recording, you and I were messaging about AI, smartphones and Uber Eats. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yes. Yeah, it's linked with what we decide to do with it. I mean, when smartphone arrived, I think most of of the people completely lost the phone number of their parents or their friends, or because everything is on the phone, you don't have to remember it. And so in a way, our memory capacity has been quite impacted, I would say, by the use of smartphones. So this is, of course, a smartphone is great. I mean, I can contact my wife anywhere when I'm traveling, and it's very useful, yes. But if, again, we use it wisely. So Uber Eats is the same. I mean, it's great that, okay, you don't have time to cook, or you didn't have time to buy things to cook tonight. You just use your phone and you get your meal 30 minutes later. Everything is good. Very interesting. And AI is the same. I mean, for me, for example, when in my LinkedIn post, I write my post and then I ask an AI to add emoticons on it. I love emoticons, but it takes very long, tough times to find the good one. So I just ask an AI to do that for me. So it's not creating the content. It's just improving it a little bit. So, and for example, my design behind me, I wanted to have this kind of view. So I asked and I get it. But of course, I have designed a very well, I have designed a very well designed prompt to get it. So what I want to say between Uber Eats and smartphones and AI is that if we don't use it wisely, AI can become the junk food for the brain. I mean, with Uber Eats, you can ask for a salad. Yeah, you can order a salad. It's perfect. But you can also order a burger, a pizza, or any kind of junk food. And with AI, it's the same. I mean, with AI, I can get brain food, I would say, or I can get very healthy brain food. So again, it's a question of how we decide to use it. And it requests to have a true will. I mean, we have to be, for example, with Uber Eats is the same. I mean, sometimes maybe you want to eat a pizza. Okay, but you will say that, okay, so tomorrow I will do a workout because I know that I have eaten pizza. It's not good for me, so I do a workout. So you have to have the will to do this workout because it was easy to eat this pizza. So when you take the easy peasy path, you have to have the will to do hard things to find balance. And with smartphone is the same. I mean, we have more and more memory problems with elder people. They have to do exercise each day to improve their memory, to fight against some disease, for example. So probably if we didn't have the smartphone that can remember everything for us, we could have better memories. And then it's like a muscle, we have a stronger brain. And for AI is the same. We can ask him to design everything we want, but we have not this critical thinking about it. We have not the creativity about it. So probably we will have to have some workout on creativity, on critical thinking, to be able to keep it in our skills. Otherwise, we will lose it. And like we can see obesity all around the world right now because of junk food, we could see kind of brain, not obesity, because it could be the opposite, but brain atrophy, I would say, because of the use of AI for everything without thinking. So again, it's an equilibrium.
And this is a really beautiful point because Quantum Mogul it really exists to provide some of the best financial education for empowerment and sovereignty on the planet, as well as accelerating legacies. And what stands central for us is we see that a lot of clients sometimes abdicate decisions, right, to what other people think, or maybe what's most convenient. So it's really actually about continuing to develop your critical thinking, continuing to develop what is a true priority and long-term goals, so that we can use the tools available, but from the standpoint of our most expanded and most expressed intelligence, curiosity as a human race, and also our intention, our heart alignment, and focus, that we have really clear objectives and milestones
Yes.
we want to see happen in the world, and that we then use our skills, our intellectual and creative skills, to bring together with the tools that we use like AI, the best solutions for ourselves, humanity,
Yes.
and planet into being. That's how,
Mhm.
when I say that we
Absolutely.
see
Yeah.
it as Quantum Mogul. So go ahead.
No, just 2 points in my head listening to you. First, a few weeks ago, I have done the interview of a very brilliant guy who has created kind of bridge between ChatGPT or an AI and financial mathematics to be able to explain and how the financial world work and how your personal finance works using an AI. So this is a very good example. I mean, we use an AI as a tool to explain and to learn new things, where we will be able to have a power on our personal finance, and not only just say, okay, I don't understand anything, and I don't know where all my money is going. No, you see everything, you understand everything, and it's explained by an AI. So it's kind of example of a good use of AI. And the second point I would like to say is that if we look at the Darwin theory of evolution, you see that if everything is easy, there is no evolution. And the species will finish to die because there is no challenges. And without challenges, you don't have a selection. And without selection, you don't have a mutation. And without mutation, you don't have evolution. So yesterday, I was doing an interview of a patent attorney in Israel about why these startups are so successful. And one of the key recipes is life is hard for entrepreneurs in Israel. And because of that, they learn to fail fast and to create fast. And exactly like Darwin evolution theory, they are applying exactly the same protocol, and they are in this way, they are always evolving. So maybe they will fail 100 times, but we don't care. They try again and finish by succeed. So it's like Michael Jordan. He has failed more than he has succeeded, but we keep only in mind the success.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's definitely what Quantum Mogul stands for anyway, because this is what I have been shouting myself before we got together. Quantum Mogul. The amount of times I have failed is ridiculous, and a lot of people says, why do you keep failing?
Yes.
But when you have the one or two successes, then right, it pays,
and you know, multi-billion dollars of success.
It pays off in the end, you know. Yeah.
Yes, and it's like my little daughter. I mean, she fails all the time. She try to work, she can't, she fails, she get up and she try again, and she will try until she succeed, and she will. And I mean, we all. So we just have to keep that in mind. And I think it's a question of culture of failure. Just this is another point, but yes.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful point, because it shows us how we can use tools like AI, not to provide us with a set answer, but actually to help deepen our curiosity of inquiry. So many of the world's greatest technological and scientific discoveries happened as quote unquote accidents. Yes. When someone left something happening in the lab, or a drug discovery that was meant and intended for a certain condition that we found out actually helps a condition over here. So much of the scientific process is being able to see the opportunity in quote unquote failure, and actually see how that can lead us either into a refinement of a scientific paradigm that we're in, or a totally new way of solving a problem. Yes. So the beautiful thing is AI is just another tool to help us fail faster, fail more, discover more, and achieve more. Yeah, so this has been a beautiful interview.
We have to revisit this.
We have to revisit this. Because
Yeah.
you have this wonderful story
Yeah.
yourself in terms of, passion and optimism in who you're here to help and motivate with the incredible work you do. Also as a neuroscientist, so we're definitely going to have you come back and share with us from, with that hat on.
Yes. My pleasure.
It has been so lovely. Where can our audience, our clients, investors that we're connected to find out more about your work and how you can help them further?
I think the easiest way is on LinkedIn. You will find everything on my profile, my website, how to contact me. So this is the best way. I will soon release my YouTube channel. I have already the name, I have already the logo, so soon it will, it's the first, the name will be OR for all, for one is all and all is one. So this is, you are the first to know it. And so yes, so soon the YouTube channel, but right now on LinkedIn, Benjamin Delsol, and you find everything about me.
Depending on where this edit comes out in our podcast release sequence, we would love to link your channel to ours so that
yes, sure.
Quantum Mogul can listen to the incredible geniuses and experts on your channel as well. So that is so exciting for us to be able to share that with our audience as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, both of you.
And wishing all of you watching or listening in the audience a magnificent day, and bye for now from Quantum Mogul.
Bye-bye.